In the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. MPs are holding two separate votes on Bill C-5, also known as the One Canadian Economy Act, after the House Speaker ruled the legislation has two distinct parts. The House won't adjourn until debate wraps up on the legislation and votes are held. It will also mark the final day of the House sitting until September. The bill contains measures to tackle internal trade barriers and also gives the government sweeping new powers to approve major projects. Parks Canada and RCMP say search teams have located a second body following a massive rock fall off a hiking trail in Alberta's Banff National Park. Hiker Nicholas Brundell says as he ran from the falling mountain slab, he saw a group of about 20 other hikers disappear in a haze of rock.
When I saw the rock slab start to go down, I kind of turned around, started running, and behind us I could just see dust. It's the only place I've ever seen something similar. It's like watching videos from 9/11 when you see New York being cast over in those dust clouds.
He called it a terrifying situation and says if he and his wife hadn't fled downslope when they did, they would have been crushed by the rock slide. One of two people killed has been identified as a 70-year-old woman who recently retired as an educator at the University of Alberta. Applications for Canada's new disability benefit are now open. The program provides up to $200 a month to eligible applicants. That includes people with disabilities between the ages of 18 and 64 who already have been approved for the disability tax credit. Many advocates for people with disabilities have panned the benefit, saying it will do little to actually address poverty. The government says applications will be reviewed by the end of the month and payments are set to begin in July. DHL Express Canada has shut down operations amid a strike and lockout involving 2,100 truck drivers and other workers. That means thousands of daily parcel deliveries across the country are at a halt. The work stoppage comes the same day that legislation banning replacement workers takes effect. DHL has partly tied the shutdown to stalled negotiations with Unifor. Meanwhile, Via Rail and Unifor have averted a strike by workers after reaching a tentative agreement. The 2,400 Via Rail workers across the country had voted for a strike mandate to be exercised as early as Sunday. Music streamer Spotify says rules meant for radio shouldn't be imposed on streaming services. Spotify made the comments while appearing before Canada's federal broadcast regulator for a hearing on market dynamics as part of its work to implement the Online Streaming Act. The updated broadcasting laws seek to capture online platforms. Spotify representatives compared regulating the company like a radio station to treating Uber like a horse and buggy. And cybersecurity experts are warning people to change your passwords and stop recycling them. The advice comes following an alleged breach of 16 billion passwords, including some for Apple, Google, and Facebook accounts. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Argonauts are playing host to the Saskatchewan Roughriders tonight in CFL action. Also, the Toronto Blue Jays are back at it tonight, hosting the Chicago White Sox in the opener of a 3-game series. The Jays are third in the American League East and hold the second wildcard spot in the AL. Edmonton Oilers general manager Stan Bowman says he plans to improve his team's offense and goaltending over the offseason. He also says the Oilers will respect Captain Connor McDavid's timeline for signing a contract extension.
Certainly, we're eager to meet with him whenever he wants, but also understanding that he just went through a very, tough ending to the season.
The viewership numbers are in for the Stanley Cup Finals, and the NHL's Four Nations face-off in February had more viewers than the rematch between the Florida Panthers and the Oilers. And Canada's men's soccer coach is downplaying a CONCACAF investigation into his actions during the team's 6-0 win over Honduras on Tuesday in Vancouver. From the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.